Run it back, run it back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's time to lead the enemy desolate. I'm heaven sent. These niggas just on some extra shit, and I ain't impressed with it. Could you kick that bullshit to the left of it? Hey, look, you can't deny this excellence. I use this mic like weaponry, and I've been seeking more clarity. Right now, I'm ready as I've ever been, rugged as I ever been. The devil knocking at my door, I'ma let him in. Cause I'm a worthy adversary. Pour them liqueur laced with rosemary. It's time to grind, ain't no time to tarry. Take one of mine, get your soul carried. I gotta worry, plus these niggas full of estrogen. They fickle, they false. Gotta be balls or end up in a real issue. Fuck with my brethren, I deal with you. Yeah, look, it's getting real official. Seeing how the bitches can cross you, and how they still twist you. It'll hit you, they peel a tissue. Them mothers weak, my brothers been sent to the deep. So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. I said I don't wanna see no more. And in my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. And I don't wanna see no more.
Beat the cops, beat the ops, beat the motherfucking eyes. I'm the one. Why you think that I've been rolling with a cod? Your little arms is too short to hot box with God. Fringes long, team strong with them, a gun, die would die. Tired of these fake snakes, crooked names who won't press Jake. No pressure makes diamonds, I got won't break on this crooked landscape. We gon' make some shake, so I ain't got time to argue with you fucking reprobates. Why these crackers getting richer when we raise the crime rate? And they hunt my people like gorillas and some primates. So we in these streets trying to raise a brother's mind state in every concrete jungle, from Cali to the tri-state. I buried brothers over beef that they couldn't squash. Blood in the streets, brains out like galosh. I trust the cracker when I miss that squash. You listening to real niggas, dog, who can't be bought. Whoa. Why you think I go so hard? Cause this world's fucked up, nigga, I've been scarred. PTSD, brothers can't drop their guard. Every day some bullshit, you gotta weave and vibe. There's no facade, so every day I'm on my job. It's time to send these devils to the land of Nod. Cause when I lost my religion, that's when I found God. So when I lost my religion, nigga, I found God.
In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. I said I don't wanna see no more. And in my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. And I don't wanna see no more.
All right, Shalom Israel. Clap it up. We the Icpk started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or organization. Salakia. And what we do is teach the truth according to the Bible. And tonight is the Wednesday night law class. You understand? The law class. Wednesday night law class. Every Wednesday, you understand, we teach the law in the Isupk. You understand? Because the laws of the Most High, are important. Not only, I know, especially Judites, you understand, we hate laws. We hate all the laws. You understand? We always trying to find a way around the law. You understand? We always trying to take a shortcut through life. You understand? You might be able to get away with breaking the laws for a minute, for a hot second. But you understand, we must understand, and especially God's law. The Lord, you understand, he sees everything. You understand? The angels see everything that we do. So that's why it's important that we keep the law. But through Christianity, you understand, what we learn is, it eases us to break the law because, in Christianity, they teach that, God loves you no matter what. You could do no wrong and God is still going to love you. You could be a filthy, disgusting sinner and God's going to love you. But that's not the case. And that's why the law is important, man, because with the Most High God's laws, it separates us from our oppressor. You understand? It separates us from, all these other heathens. You understand? We shouldn't be celebrating birthdays. You understand? We shouldn't be eating cats, rats, and bats. You know, understand? Pig and swine. That's our culture. That's the law. You understand? How to be clean. How to you understand? The Israelites were doing quarantine back then. When someone got sick or they had issues with blood, they would separate themselves from the congregation or the rest of the nation. You understand? You coming in here with some blood issue or some pus, brother, you got to stay home. The Israelites kept the laws. So all the laws aren't just, things that, how you look in the Christian church. You understand? In the Christian church, the only laws we don't want to keep held in the Christian church. They want to commit adultery. They love committing adultery in that Christian church. They love sleeping with a brother's wife. As a matter of fact, that's the Christian way. You understand? And that's just so LGBT, man, to sleep with another man's wife. That is so Christian and so gay, Salakia. You understand? But, a brother don't want a sister unless she got a man. You understand? So, I don't know. We in bad shape as far as, keeping the God's laws as a nation and understanding how important they are. It's like I said, the Most High sees everything, man. You understand? He sees everything. So, we can take shortcuts if we want. You understand? We can try to take shortcuts and go around in a roundabout way of keeping the Most High God's laws. But guess what? In the end, you're not fooling anybody but yourself, man. You're not fooling nobody, man. You may fool me. You understand? You might fool another brother or sister. You might fool your husband. You might fool your wife, but you'll never fool the Most High. And as a matter of fact, let me get a precept. You understand? As to why it was so important for the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to keep the law. It was important, first off, because the Most High God commanded us to. You understand? When he separated us from these other nations, and he put a stamp on us and said, man, these are my favorite people. He separated us from everyone else and he gave us law. He gave us structure, man. But instead, we fight against the law. You understand? We fight against the Bible. And we go into Christianity, which accepts or allows you to accept any and everything, every twisted lifestyle, molestation. You understand? What else do they do in that Christian church? Like I said, adultery, every type of lust. You understand? You're going to feel it in that Christian church and you're not going to feel guilty. You're not going to feel bad. In fact, you might start doing it more. You'll get baptized. You'll do everything, but we won't keep the law. We won't obey. We want everything given to us, man. And that's our problem. That's our problem, man. Matter of fact, let me go to Deuteronomy 27:1. And it reads, and Moses with the elders of Israel. You understand? The elders meaning the other leaders of Israel, men that are aged. You understand? So Moses and the elders of Israel, you understand, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you, Salakia, this day. So Moses, along with the elders, commanded the people. The people, who are the people? This is important. The people were the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. That's who the people were, man. He wasn't talking about the rest of the world. He wasn't saying that everybody come. Everybody wasn't with the Israelites when we left Egypt. It was just us. You understand? The Lord, the Most High God came and freed us from Pharaoh, man. Because he heard our cries. Just like he hears our cries today, man. But the Lord, the Most High, he wants us to obey and come back and do what Moses said back then. Let me read it again. It says, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, and the people are the Israelites. You understand? Saying, keep all the commandments. It didn't say some. It didn't say the ones that you feel were more important than the others. You understand? And that's what a Christian to do. A Christian be like, a Christian thinks sinning is saying bad words. They won't say a so-called curse word. Oh, brother, you better quit that cursing. They won't curse inside the church. You understand? Brothers will go right inside the church. You understand? And how do I know? Because I used to be a Christian. I used to do it. I used to think it was something so sacred about that temple, about that place of worship. I used to think it was something so special when you walk in there. Oh, you got to watch your mouth when you come in here. You can't say what you want. And then when I got older and learned, like, man, they do what the hell they want to do in the Christian church. You understand? They think sinning is saying a cuss word when they're in there committing adultery, using drugs. You understand? The pastor's lying, stealing your money, buying Ferraris and $1 million homes, sleeping with your wife. So I guess none of that matters. None of that matters. The laws are done away with, and none of that matters. We can do what the hell we want to do, man. Not according to the Most High. Not according to the Bible. That's our problem. Poor black leadership, man, have led us astray. They have led us, man, to the point where we are now. We have the state of mind of like, hell, just do what you want. You can go on social media right now, man, and you can see any and everything. Sisters are naked, half naked. Brothers are homosexuals. Sisters are homosexuals. People are sleeping with animals. You can go on social media, on the internet, and see everything. See, we're supposed to be separate from that. We're supposed to be holy, man. The Most High gave us his commandments, so we can't have it both ways. We can't say that, we love the Most High. You understand? But we do nothing that he says, because love is an action. Love is just not something that you say out of your mouth because it sounds good, man. We're not going to go and tell our wives or our wife that we love her, and we're beating her up, Salakia, upside her head every damn night. You understand? Stealing her money, taking her credit cards, and going to go get drunk. Your wife's not going to believe that you love her, man. She's going to look at you like you're a disgusting animal. And that's how the Most High God looks at us when we break his law, man. So we have to understand that we have to repent. We have to repent, man, and obey the Most High God. You understand? Let me go to Deuteronomy 28:1. And this is why it's so important, man. It's important to keep these laws. It's your culture. It's our culture. It's our culture to please God, man. The God of the Bible, man. The God of the niggas, the nigga God. I learned that from Commanding General Yohana. When I first heard that, man, my mind was blown. But he said it with so much force. You understand? He said it with so much compassion. When my first time hearing that, if you're not an Isupk, if you're not in the truth, that sounds crazy to you. The nigga God, the God for the niggas, man. He said it with so much confidence and power. You have to believe it. You understand? The nigga God. That's the God we serve, man. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12 tribes of Israel, man, are so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. And we're supposed to be separate. We're supposed to repent from our sins. We're not supposed to be in the Christian church. You understand? We're not supposed to be celebrating holidays, getting drunk and high. We're not supposed to be doing what we want. Or you can do what you want to do, and the Lord's going to deal with you. Like I said, we can't hide nothing from the Most High, man. You understand? And let me get this next precept. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Now this is a heavy scripture, man. This scripture is saying a lot. It's telling us what we should have did, what we should be doing, and where we would have been if we would have obeyed the Most High. You understand? But instead, we are not above all the nations, man. We're the exact opposite. These other nations don't respect us. They make mockery of us. They talk bad about us. They kill us. They make millions in Salakia. Nah, they make billions of dollars off black people, man. You understand? How is it that the Chinese or the Moabites, you understand, are so-called Chinese selling all sisters' hair products, doing all the sisters' nails and eyebrows and toenails, selling all the hair things that we use? Hell, I mean, you know, it was a wave. I don't know if sisters are still, you know, big on the natural look. You understand? But it was a wave for a second. If they still doing it, Stalaki, I don't keep up with the women trends like that. But you know, for a second, it was a trend that sisters was going back natural. And I thought about it like, damn, you know, okay, I see sisters, you know, rocking the froze. They got the natural. They taking the perms and you know, they not straightening their hair. You understand? And using all the chemicals, and they wasn't wearing as much weave. So I'm thinking like, okay, this might put a dent in the Moabites' pockets, the so-called Chinese. You understand? This might put a dent in their pocket because all these sisters are going back natural. But hell, they were still going to them to get the natural products because they won't let us in. They want to make a profit off of us. You understand? And when we go inside their stores, they follow you around and act like you're going to steal something. You understand? And let's just say that a sister or a brother, it's not right to steal. It's not right to steal by any means. We don't steal from our enemies. We don't steal from our oppressor. We don't steal from anyone. Stealing is a sin according to the Most High God, according to the Bible. But let's just say a brother or sister, especially sisters, when they go inside those, you know, those Chinese hair stores to get things, you understand? You know, because we've been, you know, in poverty for so long, and we always looking for an easy come up, you know, a brother or sister might go in there and try to steal something. Now, let me say again, stealing is wrong. You understand? But just imagine if it was our, you know, if it was another so-called black man or black woman that owned the store. You know, sisters wouldn't be getting, choked out and stomped and beat by the whole goddamn Chinese family that runs the store over some, I don't know how much eyelashes cost, over some, what, $15 eyelashes over a bundle? You understand? They will hold you prisoner inside that store and beat you half to death until the police arrive. And then you're going to be shamed and humiliated all over Facebook and all over social media because stealing is wrong. But just imagine if we had our own stores and we can handle our own problems. You understand? We wouldn't have to steal. We could have our own businesses. But thanks to, you already know who I'm about to say, thanks to Dr. Martin Luther King, he destroyed the black economy, the black businesses. You understand? Black people have plenty of money. Hell, we gave $800 billion to the Christian church. We make these other nations rich all the time. We have plenty of money. But since the Lord is not with us, man, we will not thrive. We will not come up like we think we are. Because we're going to be at the bottom. We're going to be at the bottom. We're not high above all these other nations. We're going to be at the bottom. You got a few Negroes, man, who, you know, they make it through. They push through. You got your Floyd Mayweathers, your Kanye West, you understand, your Oprah Winfrey's. You got black billionaires, Jay-Z. But all of them are selfish. And they don't care about the nation like Commander General Yohana does, man. You understand? They don't care about the nation of Israel. They care about themselves. They might help a few brothers and sisters along the way. But when you're talking about the kingdom of heaven, which is what we're fighting for in Icpk, that's being at the top. No, so-called white man, our oppressor, is in the kingdom of heaven right now. He runs everything. You understand? He runs the entire earth. because right now, like the Bible says, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. In Job, the 9th chapter, it says that, and that's how we know that the so-called white man, the oppressor, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, man. So our oppressor right now is in their kingdom. They're in the kingdom of heaven right now, man. And we're in hell. We're in hell. We're dying. We're in poverty. The average family in Chicago makes $5,000 a year. We're stealing out of Chinese, hair salons and getting beat half to death. We're getting choked for selling Lucy cigarettes. Our daughters are being kidnapped, molested. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters' children are on the border of Mexico, sleeping in dog kennels, drinking out of toilet bowls, man. And we haven't figured it out yet as a nation of people, or why we continue to be in this position. It's because we don't obey, man. We don't obey. We hate the Most High God. Because if you don't obey, you don't love him. There's no gray area in this, man. You either obey or you don't. And that's just the truth of the Bible, man. And let me read this again. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, man, not just some, not just one, not just the big 10. You understand, those Christians say, and they don't even keep the 10. Because they don't love their brothers like they love themselves. They don't love their neighbors, man. It is nothing but hate inside their Christian church. I see sisters in that Christian church, man, they'll greet each other. They'll speak, hey, girl, how you doing? And right after that, man, they talking about each other like dogs. That's what goes on inside the Christian church, man. It says to keep all the commandments inside the Bible, man. So what the hell does, those pastors in the Christian church, that philosophy, that Christianity, man, that is such a wicked and disgusting religion, man. I'm going to say it again. That is a disgusting religion. It's nothing but hypocrites inside the Christian church. So, just like the Sadducees and Pharisees, man, they hated Christ because he told the truth. Your black leaders, our black leaders, Jesse Jacksons, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, Al Sharptons, you understand? Even, our black, athletes and movie stars, they're all hypocrites, man. Anyone that black people look up to for any type of guidance or leadership, they're hypocrites. They are hypocrites, man, because they don't keep the commandments, and we're the first ones to say as a nation of people that we love God. That's all you see up and down on the timeline of Facebook. That Christianity is garbage. People praying for this, praying for that, praying for wealth, praying for a husband. Hell, you would have a husband, sis, if you wouldn't leave every man you open your legs to. We would have money if we wouldn't give it to the Christian church. We don't take care of our kids. We do everything opposite of the Bible and claim we love. You understand? Let me drop down to verse 15. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Listen here. It's not hard to see that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are cursed, man. If you ask a Christian that, they'll look at you like you're crazy. Not my Jesus. God would never curse nobody. We're not cursed. Listen. Black women here in America lead in AIDS. That's a curse. You don't think all these other nations are having sex with everything? Why are we leading in AIDS? Why are we dying the most from diabetes and cancer? Why are our children getting shot down innocently while walking back from a store with Skittles and a tea? Why are we dying in prison? As a matter of fact, why are we being locked up at the rate that we're being locked up? Why are we addicted to drugs more than everybody? It's because we don't obey. We don't keep the commandments. We don't know who we are. We think that we're black, a color. You understand? We think that we're African American. We think that we're Spicks. They call us wetbacks. They call us savages. We think that we're everything else but God's chosen people, the greatest nation of people that he said he created, man. That's who we are. We are Israelites, Yasha Allah, man. And we have to start acting like it. Matter of fact, the hell with what I just said, acting like it. We have to start obeying. We have to start doing. We have to repent. That's what we have to do, man. Because if we don't, I'm going to read it again. But it shall come to pass, if thou will not hearken, man, if we don't listen, if we don't hearken, if we don't pay attention, if we don't take this in, you understand what they say? If we don't digest this, man, if we don't hearken to what the Lord is saying, man, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be sweet. We're not going to be able to, go through life thinking that we're going to, trick the Most High God. You understand? You can't hide anything from him. So either just accept being wicked. You understand? Don't be lukewarm. Just either be hot or cold. The Lord said it's better that way. You understand? I mean, if you hate the Lord, just hate the Lord. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. You understand? But if you're not going to obey him, I mean, what the hell? Who are you going to obey? The white man? Our oppressor? That's who you're going to obey? You're going to stop at that stop sign every time, you understand, you come to a stop sign, but you're not going to put down that pork. You're not going to stop celebrating your birthday. You're not going to stop celebrating Christmas. You understand? You're going to sleep with every man that thinks that you're cute. You're going to sleep with every whore that's willing to open her legs. You're going to smoke and sniff and shoot every drug because your oppressor allows you to do that. But the Lord doesn't. The Most High God doesn't. You understand? It says, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, if we don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, man, to observe, to do all his commandments. Like I said, we have to observe. You understand? And what's observe mean? When you have to pay attention, you got to look. You understand? Don't look away from the law. Observe them, study them, read them, do them. Don't just have a Bible sitting on your shelf collecting dust. Don't go to church every Sunday and sit there for 2 or 3 hours, shake, spin, doing the WAP, doing every damn thing that they do in their church. Don't do that every Sunday, man. That's not the law. That's not going to matter. That's vain. And if I can add on, man, it's insanity to keep going to church and continue to get the same results every Sunday, which is nothing. It's nothing. They're there to make you feel good. They're there to teach you sweet and nice things. When the Most High God his anger is kindled, man. It says his anger is going to be kindled like a fire, man. And what does a fire do once it gets kindled? What does a fire do once it gets kindled? Once it gets so hot, you understand? And once it gets to moving, ooh wee, man, it's burning, it's torching some things. It's burning some stuff up, man. It's going to destroy some things in the process, man, before it goes out. You understand? So if you're paying attention to this class, man, and if you inside that Christian church, you in bad shape. Because the Most High God, man, he wants us to obey. And he's not going to have it any other way. You understand? So we have to come up out of that mindset that, we can do what we want. And he's going to accept us for who we are. You understand? Salakia. To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses, like I just said, we're cursed. You understand? We're in a bad shape. You understand? It's not looking good for the nation of Israel, man. We're in bad shape, man. Salakia. So all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. You understand? And these curses have overtaken us. They have overtaken the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. You understand? We're not in good shape at all. Most of our people don't know who the hell they are. You understand? A black man, you know, he damn near every black man doesn't even, you know, get to see his children. All these single, you know, mothers raising children by themselves, man, that is a curse. You understand? That is a curse. As a matter of fact, hold on. Salakia. Matter of fact, let me read that. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Let me drop down. This is one of the curses. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate. You understand? So understand this, that the nation of Israel, we used to once upon a time, believe it or not, black man, black woman, we used to love each other. We used to be tender, man. We used to be compassionate towards one another. We wasn't killing each other for stepping on each other's shoes. You understand? We wasn't committing adultery with another brother's wife. You understand? We had discipline, man. We loved each other once upon a time. We used to be tender. You understand? You could go to your neighbor's house, man. You could leave your doors unlocked. You understand? Go to your neighbor's house and borrow something without them trying to steal it. You understand? Or your neighbor, you find your neighbor in your garage today, he's trying to walk off with your lawnmower. You understand? We do that in our community because it's a curse, and it's teaching you right here why. Why? Because we don't obey. The Lord, you know, he stepped back. He said, all right, man, if y'all ain't going to listen to me, if y'all ain't going to do what I say, man, all right, figure it out. Go and figure it out. And we've been trying to figure it out ever since. You understand? All those, like on Clubhouse and all these different chats and all these different channels and all these different groups that try to fix black problems when the answer's right here in the Bible. Once we start obeying, once we come back together, O ye nation that's not desired, once we come back together and obey the Most High God, we get our power back, man. But our power isn't in black money and black businesses. Our power isn't in a weapon, the AK-47, the 45, the 40. You understand? Our power isn't in the music, the industry, trying to make more hip-hop albums. Our power is not dancing and being the best actor. And, you know, that's not our power. Those are gifts. But that's not our power. Our power is the Most High, man. Our power is the Most High God, man. And once we realize that that's our power, if we please Him, we'll move mountains. We'll move mountains, man. We'll have the kingdom of heaven. We'll rule the entire planet Earth. And that's one thing I never understood with the blackity blacks, man. They always talking about getting black money, saving black money, starting black businesses, becoming black billionaires, but they never talk about running the entire earth and everything in it. That's true power. You understand? That's true. That's a true kingdom. Owning all the diamond mines, owning all the gold, owning all the continents. Hell, owning these heathens. We're going to own these heathens. We're going to own these other nations, like they owned us. Black people, we don't want that. Hispanic people, we don't want that. Native Indian people, we don't want that. We don't want that power. I do. And that's why I'm in the Icpk under Commanding General Yohana, because I know this is the way to get that power, man. You understand? And we're going to get it. We're going to get it. So it says 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom, Salakia. and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So this is telling you right here why black women and black men separate. This is a curse, first and foremost. You understand? We used to be tender. We used to love each other. You understand? But now you got, like I said, we got single mothers raising children. We got women trying to teach boys how to be men, which is impossible. And that's why the curse keeps going. Because women can't teach a boy how to be a man. You know, she can nurture him. You understand? She can take care of him. He can love her and she can love her son. But he's going to miss out on a whole lot without having a man around. And ultimately, man, you know, if you don't have a man in the house, if a sister don't have a man, you don't have any protection, man. I know it's real popular these days. You're seeing women picking up guns, trying to be tactical, trying to, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a sister defending herself. That's not what I'm saying. But, the men, we're going to go out to war. We're going to protect our families. We're going to be that, that hedge or that fence, or just that protection, man. You understand? We don't want our women going out to war. How the hell we gonna build a nation if all the men and the women are dead? And then who's looking after the children? You understand? So I'm not saying that a woman can't protect herself, but it's important. It's the structure that God, the Most High God, gave us as a nation. The Lord, the Most High, you understand? Christ, the man, the woman, and the children. The head of every man is Christ. The head of every woman is the man. That's the order, man. And it's power in that order. There's nothing wrong with that order. It's power in that order, man. Having structure in your household. Having your children seeing both the parents get along, love each other. Now they know what a real family looks like. They don't have to turn on YouTube and see Bobby and Ricky. I don't know if that's really a show, but they don't have to turn on YouTube, see Bobby or Ricky in entanglement kissing, and then, my dad and both my dads and both, they don't have to turn on the TV and see that garbage, man. Because they're going to understand and know what real structure is if we obey. You understand? So all this is in the Bible. Hell, you can go to your Christian church and they'll marry, homosexuals in the Christian church. They'll marry LGBT. They'll accept that in the Christian church. But that's nowhere in the Bible. And I don't care how they try to flip it and word it and reword it. They never can get around that, the Most High God doesn't approve of that lifestyle. He doesn't approve of that lifestyle. That's why I believe, if I believe correctly, that in California, at one point in time, and maybe they still are. I remember at one point in time that they were trying to ban the Bible. Because if you know anything about California, California is one of the biggest liberal and, LGBTQ, all that San Francisco. That was one of the biggest homosexual states, man. That's why they don't want the Bible there. You understand? And thanks to, your Barack Obama, who everybody loved, that filthy Hamite, he's an African, he's not even an Israelite. That filthy Hamite, who everybody voted for, also passed laws and bills for pedophilia. Go look that up. Go research that. While we're going out here trying to vote, which is a sin according to the Bible, you're not supposed to vote for some oppressor, some devil, some other heathen to have charge or have anything to be above you. You understand? The Lord chose who he wants in charge of black people, and that's Commanding General Yohana. You understand? The Lord chose who he wants. He chooses who he wants to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. We don't go vote for no damn oppressor in a booth talking about I'm a Democrat and a Republican. That has gotten us nowhere. That has done absolutely nothing for black people going to go vote. Like I said, we all voted for Barack Obama, and he passed pedophilia laws. So give it up, black man, black woman. We with the pedophilia. We're with the pedophilia because we voted for Barack Obama. You understand? You see how silly that is to go and vote? Go vote for something that you don't even believe in. And then we say things that, well, we got to choose the lesser of two evils. That is idiotic. How about choose no evil? How about choose the Most High and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments and repent? How about we do that? You understand? Let me keep reading this, man. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother. Man, our eyes are evil toward each other right now. Like I said earlier, man, you can go step on a brother's shoe. You understand? And we ready to fight each other. We ready to tear each other's necks off, man. You understand? Sisters, you know, let a sister look at your man. You ready to scratch your eyes out. You understand? You know, we do some of the most evil things for nothing because our eyes are evil towards each other. We're ready to kill each other for the littlest thing, man. For the smallest thing, we are ready to kill each other, man. We hate ourselves. But it wasn't always like that. You understand? You listen to all our music, man. You got brothers out here smoking on Tuka, smoking on I forget how old the young boy was, 14, 15-year-old boy. Talking about smoking his dead ashes, disrespecting him after he's dead. I mean, hell, he's dead. I mean, I guess, you know, from a Christian's point of view that, I mean, it's disrespectful, period, because he has a mother, but, how Christians look at death and how death is actually in the Bible, you know, he's gone. You understand? He's long gone. You understand? You know, Lord be with him and his family. You know, may he rise again. I don't know. You know, that's up to the Most High. But, what the point that I'm making is that we hate each other so much that, you know, we'll want to kill the ops, and after they die, we still want to talk about the ops in their death. I mean, that is disgusting, man. You understand? And then we wonder why, if you live in that lifestyle, man, Lord be with you. Somebody's probably going to be smoking on you. Salakia. It's just the truth of the matter, man. So it says, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children. So, toward the wife of his bosom. We know what that's saying. You understand? He's going to have an evil eye towards that sister. You understand? Brothers and sisters are not going to get along. You understand? Number one thing, while a lot of men leave, you know what I mean, or, while women leave their men, is because, he finds him another wife. You understand? A man can have another wife according to the Bible. That's lawful. You understand? Now, you can't go around sleeping with whores and sleeping with every woman, but a man can have as many wives as he wants. You understand? So a lot of women leave a man because of that. You understand? And then they'll be single because they're never going to find a man that's just, this fairy tale that sisters have, this westernized mind that, hell, our oppressor doesn't even do that. Our oppressor marries and sleeps with whores. You understand? They sleep with whores. But their wives will stay with them. They'll rock it out with them. But we're not allowed to sleep with whores in the Bible, but you can have another wife. And sex is marriage. So you lay down with that sister, brother, that's your rib forever. So choose wisely. Choose real wisely, because having sex should be one of the most important decisions you ever make in your life, man. Because that's saying that you want to be with this person forever. Not because she looks good, because she got a nice behind. You understand? Because he has a nice car. How does he treat you? Is this a good sister to have children with? Is she a whore? These are questions we should ask ourselves before we get in a relationship. And these are the things that happen that cause us to have evil eyes towards each other, man. You understand? And that's why the men will leave. That's why the woman will leave the man. And that's why we are evil towards our children when we do that. Matter of fact, let me finish reading that. And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. And that's what we do, man. We leave our children. You understand? Hell, These days, hell, you know the rate that we're aborting our children if the child even makes it on earth. Black, Latino, and Native Indian women, man, we lead in abortion and killing. We kill millions of babies each year, man, through abortion. That's evil. And men allow it. Brothers, I know brothers that pay for abortions. Oh man, this the second or third one I done got this year. I mean, that is wicked. It don't get more evil than that. You hate your own seed because you're not ready to have a child, because you didn't finish school, because she's the side piece. Like the baby said, this the side piece. You understand? And if I remember correctly, he wanted to give, he wanted her to have an abortion. And I don't believe she got it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the story. But that's what brothers do, man. They pay for abortions because they already got a woman that they consider they're in a relationship with, and then they go out and have sex with other women and get them pregnant, and to cover it up, they'll kill the baby, man. That is disgusting, and that is evil as hell. How about not have sex with a person you don't want to be with? How about that? Has anybody tried that? How about not lay down? How about not open your legs? How about not stick your rod in a woman that you do not want to be with? That's why in Icpk, man, we have a 6-month rule. And then another 6 months when brothers and sisters come inside the school, you understand? You better wait your 6 months to make sure that this is the person that you want to be with forever. And then wait your other 6 months, you understand? When you're courting. So in about a year, man, if everything's too wild, I mean, y'all get married and live happily ever after. That's how it's supposed to be. But we don't do that in the black community, man. We do what we want. We don't obey the Lord. You understand? We do what we want. And it was something that I wanted to bring out too while it was on my mind. Let me go to Luke real quick, Salakia. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about? I just seen this, man. I just wanted to talk about Yahushua, like how all the, just real quick. I know we getting short on time, but this stuck out to me today. Let me pull this up. Which we all know, we've heard this 1,000 times. This is very simple, very basic. But I just put, Jesus. I just typed Jesus in, right, in my Google. Of course, all the images of Jesus, or, who we call Yahushua, all the images pop up white, of course. You understand? But I just thought it was interesting that, when I read this, it says Jesus, Jewish preacher, Jewish preacher, and religious leader, central figure of Christianity. Jesus, also referred to as Jesus of Nazareth or Jesus Christ, and the central figure of Christianity, the world's largest religion. See, I typed in Jesus and it's saying all these things, right? They're saying he's Jewish, which is a lie. You understand? And this is why it's important to know the laws, to know the Bible, and come to class, because if you're in a Christian church, if you still somewhere outside of the Isupk, lost in the sauce, man, somebody will Google this and read this and take it for face value without doing any research, without doing any studying. They would take this and be like, yeah, Jesus, see, he's Jewish, and he runs or he leads the biggest religion in the world right now, but because everybody believes in him and believes that he died for them and he did this and that for them, when the Bible doesn't say that. We just read in Deuteronomy 27:1, 28:1, and 28:15 that he was talking to Israel. Moses was talking to Israelites, man. And why is this important? Because what so-called black people don't understand, and a lot of us haven't figured it out because of Christianity, is that, Commander General Yohana breaks this down all the time. Like, where's the nigga God? The Chinese have a God that look like them. Our oppressor has a God that looks like them. We follow everybody else's God. Because Jesus Christ was a so-called black man. You understand? He was a Negro, man, from the tribe of Judah. They try to say he was Jewish. He's a Jew. That's what Jew comes from, the word Judah. He was a Judite, man. He wasn't no damn Jewish. He wasn't them damn bastards over there in Israel right now pretending to be us, stealing our books, stealing our records. Those are not the true Jews over there in Israel today, man. How the hell are they the true Jews of the Bible? And if all the prophecy has came to pass, you understand? Why is the world's largest gay parade being held? You know, because that's supposed to be the Holy Land. How the hell is the world's largest gay parade being held on the Holy Land, our homeland? But Jesus was Jewish, and this is the biggest religion, Christianity, on earth. I mean, give me a break. We have to understand that this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Yahweh Shah Mashiach was a Negro, a nigga from the tribe of Judah, man. And he was not a so-called white man. And if you don't believe me, just type in Jesus in your Google machines, as General Muhammad says, and just look it up. Let me finish reading this, man. It says, I'm going to start back from the top. Jesus, also referred to as Jesus of Nazareth or Jesus Christ, and the central figure of Christianity, the world's largest religion. He was a first-century Jewish preacher and religious leader. Christians believe he is the Son of God and the awaited Messiah, prophesied in the Hebrew Bible. Virtually all modern scholars of iniquity agree that Jesus existed historically, which now that part I will agree with. That's probably the only thing that I agree with. That all the historians, because Yahweh Shah or Jesus was a real man. He walked the earth. You understand? Contrary to what these other nuts, these Old Testament only Israelites or Yisraelites or whatever the hell that they are, they teach that Jesus was never real and the New Testament was, it's fake. You understand? But it's historical records and there's plenty of evidence that this man, this brother, really did walk the earth, man. So, I mean, I don't know where the hell they getting their information from. But now all this is wrong. He was Jewish. He was a so-called white man. They even, I don't even want to, his occupation was a rabbi, a preacher, a carpenter, which, yeah, he was a carpenter, or Joseph was a carpenter. But, we have to start coming back and learning that this Bible is a black man's book, man. You understand? We have to understand that this Bible is a black man's book. Point blank, period. And let me get a precept just to go along with what I'm talking about, man. You understand? Because Christ didn't choose the entire world. You understand? These laws that we're talking about tonight wasn't given to anybody but the Israelites. They were only given to us. You understand? But that Jesus, when I read that, it just kind of popped out in my mind. I just wanted to share that. It's a lot, you. Where do I want to go? All right, I'm going to go to... Nah, not that. So, give me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. Where's all my notes? All right, never mind. Let me go to, matter of fact, I'll just keep it basic. Revelations 1. I'll go there because it doesn't get more plain than this. Revelation 1, chapter 1, Salakia, verse 13. And it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle. So, matter of fact, let me go back to verse 1. Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. So, the word revelation right there means to reveal. So this is a vision. You understand? And it's being revealed and it's being broke down, because in Christianity, they teach you that God has no color. That there's no color in the Bible. He's rainbow. He's olive green. He's hell, I didn't even heard Nut say he was a Martian and he's Satan's twin brother. I didn't heard it all. But I haven't heard no one else besides the Icpk say that he's a black man from the tribe of Judah. He's an Israelites are black. This is a black book. This Bible and these laws were given to black people. Everyone that's of any type of importance in the Bible was a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, man. I mean, and that's the fact of the matter. Nobody, they'll say Jesus or Yahweh Shai is everything else. And guess what? If they can keep us believing these lies, it's going to be harder for us to obey and accept God's laws. That's why the truth has to come out, man. That's why it's important that the truth comes out. So here we have in this verse, the revealing of Jesus Christ. You understand? I just put in Google Jesus. About 50 images came up with some white boy with doggy stringy hair, with crowns of thorns, and he's bleeding. He's looking all soft on the cross. I mean, hell, that's not Jesus, man. That's not Jesus. But just type it in if you don't believe me. But then after you type in Jesus, come back and read these scriptures so you can see for yourselves and compare what you're reading to the images that you see on Google, man. And you're going to find out that somebody's been lying, and someone is still lying. Someone is being a devil, a deceiver, and keeps tricking people and wanting them to accept the image that was never there. And we got to understand and learn that that image, if we keep accepting that image, that means we going to continue to fool ourselves and love the lies or hold fast to the lies, man. Because how the hell you going to say a man that walked the earth didn't have a color to him? He didn't have a he didn't look like nothing. That's insanity. What, he walked around with an invisible cloak? Nobody seen him? Come on, man. The Bible's telling you what he looks like right here. Let me go back to verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, which represents the 7 candlesticks, represents the 7 churches, man. One like unto the Son of Man, cloaked with a garment down to the foot. So he had on a garment. If you seen us go out and teach, well, you guess what? If you come to Passover in Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th, you're going to see some amazing garments. There's going to be some brothers and sisters. Matter of fact, give it up to the nation of brothers and sisters, man, of Israel and Icpk. And you're going to see some glorious garments, man. You're going to see some glorious crowns. You're going to see some girdles. You know what I mean? Brothers going to have them be rocking them. They're going to be in that thing, man. You understand? It's going to, everybody in there going to be fly. And if you ain't at the Lord's Passover, man, that's a sin. You understand? You got to start going to the high holy days. That's a commandment. You understand? So, make your reservations now. Start getting with your camp leaders now. And if you're not in the school, and if you want to inquire on coming, man, find a school in your city or your state or somewhere around it close to where you can get with brothers and sisters, man, and see what you got to do to come to the Lord's Passover, man. Everybody's invited. You understand? If you're not in the school, you're invited. If you're in a fake Israelite group, you're invited. Commander General Hearken already gave the decree that all Israelite groups come together, man. So yeah, if you got any, issues or you want to talk about whatever, come to the Passover, man. You're more than welcome. You understand? But yeah, I just wanted to say that because the Lord had on a garment. And they make fun of us because they see us in our garments, and this is how the Lord dressed, man. So, you're mocking our culture if you're ignorant of your culture. You understand? The Lord didn't walk around in skinny jeans and little t-shirts and purses, man. That's European culture, man. You understand? All those designers, for the most part, are homosexuals, man. That's not our culture. We rock garments with fringes, man. We kept the laws. We were righteous. We were holy, man. All this filth we learned from the oppressor inside the Christian church, not obeying the Most High God, that is disgusting, man. And that's not your culture. Let your oppressor have it. But we're talking about the greatest man right now that ever walked the face of the earth that looked like you and I. He was a nigga, man. A so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, man. And we give all our credit to some oppressor, Caesar Borgia. That's who they depicted Christ after, a child molester. Ancestor. He slept with his sister. The Borgias were a crime family. You can look this up. They had a series on Discovery Channel. The Borgias, they were a crime family. And that's who they painted Christ out to be. That's that white boy. Why the hell would you paint Christ to be a filthy, disgusting child molester, murderous, ancestral, just heathen? And that's why we call our oppressor the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Hell no, that's not our culture, man. But if you're in Christianity, that is your culture. And the Lord is going to destroy Christianity. He's going to destroy our oppressor. All their world is coming to an end. And there's going to be new rulership under Christ. You understand? The new king of the earth will be Christ, man. So we better get it right and make sure of our election. That's what the scriptures tell us, man. Make sure your election sure. Or make your election sure, Salakia. That's what we need to start doing and preparing to do, if you haven't done it already. And to tell you the truth, man, we should be doing it like yesterday. You understand? But let me get back to this, man. It says, cloaked with the garment down to the foot, and a girt about the paps with the golden girdle. So he had on a golden girdle, around his midsection, because he dressed like a warrior. You understand? That's what those girdles were for, man. To protect someone from battle, to protect himself when he's in battle, when you're in battle. Because this Bible, man, this is not a soft man's book, man. The scriptures say that the Most High God is a man of war. So I don't know where we get this depiction or picture of Yahushua being soft and just hugging and squeezing everybody and just being nice and giving you anything and everything that you ask for. Where did that depiction come from? Because it's not in the Bible. Christ is coming back right now. What we're reading right now is Christ coming back in warlike apparel. You understand? He didn't have on that, they always had to put on that white robe with those sandals, and he's standing in all these funny positions around the kids, and they got the lion and a lamb and naked baby angels, man. That's not it. That is not it, man. You understand? Let me keep reading. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. Matter of fact, let me keep reading first. As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So it said Christ's head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. So we're talking about the hair on his head. You understand? So white meaning the color, woolly meaning the texture. He had white woolly hair. He had a white beard. He had white eyebrows. All the hair on his heads were white, and his hair was woolly. So now, when I typed in Jesus into Google, all these images came up of this guy with this long stringy doggy hair. Christ's hair was like wool, and it was white. So when we read this, and believe it or not, I've read this to people who weren't in the school, and they read them, but like, yeah, that's what it says, but you know, that they just use that picture. They just use that picture because it's like, no, why the hell would you use that picture, period, when the Bible says one thing and the picture says another thing? Because our people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear because they don't want to obey the law. We want to hear what we want to hear because we don't want to obey the law, Salakia, as a nation, man. So you can read in the Bible that Christ is a black man, that it was color in the Bible. He had woolly hair, but I mean, we only use the depiction because, you know, that's just what they did at that time. It was just a nice picture, you know, and I'm like, nah, man, that's not a nice picture. Do you know who that man is? I just ran down the history on that pedophile, man. Caesar Borgia was a sick individual. That was, like I said, his family was a crime family. But see, that's the problem. We'll accept the crime family because we're criminals. We don't obey the Most High God. And that's a problem. That's an issue. But we're learning the truth, man. Let me keep reading. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. You understand? So his eyes were as a flame of fire, man. He had red eyes. You understand? They said the Lord used to, you know, he used to drink a little wine. You understand? He drank a little wine. And what happens when a brother drinks wine? You understand? Your eyes turn red, man. Your eyes get a little red, man. You understand? And like I said, the Lord's not coming back happy either. We must know that the Lord is not coming back happy at all. You understand? Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Now this is heavy right here. So for all those that think color is not in the Bible, I beg to differ, because it's saying it right here. You understand? Let me read it again. And his feet like unto fine brass. Now, brass has a color. You understand? Brass has a color. Well, I don't know if you can see in the camera like these these chalices, or, the manara. You understand? Brass is about that color. You understand? Brass is a derivative of brown. It's a brownish color. So now, Jesus in the Christian church is pale skin, stringy hair, and he's not brown. So he's out of there. That's not Christ, man. So it says fine brass. And not only fine brass, it goes a little further, man. It says as if they burned in a furnace. So it says Christ's feet were the color of fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. I got a question for anybody watching. You understand? If you put anything in the furnace, if you put anything inside the furnace, right? What happens? What happens if you put anything inside the furnace? What color does it turn? You understand? It gets black. It gets dark. You understand? So Christ was a really dark brother, man, with woolly hair. That's what we have to understand, and that's the truth according to the Bible. So all that color doesn't matter, or he's a rainbow, or he looks like, we just used that picture because it was a nice picture. I mean, all those are lies. We have to stop accepting lies, man. The scriptures tell you, the Bible tells you, man, the truth shall make you free. The truth shall make you free, man. We have to start, accepting and doing what the Lord tells us so we can be free. Otherwise, we'll continue to be slaves to our oppressor, to be slaves to our demons, man. In Icpk, man, you learn how to conquer demons. You can become perfect, man. You can become perfect, man. It's brothers and sisters can become perfect. We just have to want to. We have to not make a ton of excuses. We have to not be so prideful. And ultimately, man, we have to love. And if you love the Lord, and if you truly, love the Lord, you will be perfect. As a matter of fact, let me get that. One second. All right, here we go. I'm going to go to 1 John 3 and 4. No, matter of fact, I'm going to go to 1 John 5 and 3, Salakia. And it reads, "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous." So, it says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. So we can say that we love all the time. We can say that we love anything. But if we're not showing any action behind our words, it means absolutely nothing. And that goes for myself. That goes for any brother and sister. That goes for any so-called Black, Latino, or Native Indian, man. If we say that we love the Most High God, we have to start keeping his commandments. We have to start being perfect and not make excuses. Like he told the woman, you understand, when and I'm paraphrasing the story because we're short on time, but when he told the woman that, they bought her here and like, this woman has committed adultery, right? And Christ, he didn't stop them from stoning her. He was just looking like, all right, but he showed mercy on that woman. He said, well, he cut them, he that is without sin cast the first stone. And you see what happened. No one was able to stone that woman because they were all sinners. They were all hypocrites. They just wanted to see what Christ was going to do. But it's something important that he told that woman, right? He told her to sin no more. So I don't know, when we read these stories in the Bible, if we think in the Christian church, it's almost as if they think that, okay, they know that Christ said that, but it's like, it really doesn't mean that. And if you think like that, you're a Christian for sure. You understand? You're a Christian for sure. But if you think that Christ said that, but he's not going to hold you up to that, you're in bad shape. Because the Most High God is not a hypocrite. He says what he says. He means what he means. So if he told that sister to be perfect because her life was spared, she was committing adultery. He told her to sin no more. Do you think that, you would think logically, that, okay, she never sinned again. We don't know. The Bible doesn't go into that. But I would like to think, in my opinion, that she didn't. But the Bible doesn't say that. That's just what I believe. You understand? Or what I think. But Christ definitely told her to sin no more. And he also said, hold on, while we on that topic. Where do I want to go? One second. Okay, Matthew 5 and 48. It says, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." So I don't know when Christians read these type of verses, when it says, "Be ye perfect, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." And I know what, and that's what Christians, that's why they don't want to believe that Joseph was the father of Yahushua or Jesus, because if God, the Most High, is Jesus, literal father, if he came down and got Mary pregnant, that means that he can't hold us to the standard as he did for Yahushua. Because of course he's God's child. He's a superman. You understand? He's a superman. We can't do what he did, and that's why the Christian doctrine or Christians don't want to believe that Joseph's the father, that Yahushua was a man in the flesh that actually conquered sin. And he's showing us that we can too. You can do it. We have to want to, and yet we have to quit making excuses, man. We have to quit making excuses. Get counsel if you need counsel. You got an issue with a brother or sister, get counsel. If you got an issue with a brother and sister, go talk to that brother and sister. And if it didn't go the way that you thought, get counsel. But don't go slander. You understand? Don't go talk bad about the school. Don't go start acting belligerent. Don't go be a whore. Don't go smoke a blunt. Be perfect, man. It's ways to handle your issues. The Bible shows us where you can still be perfect. Those demons get on you. Those demons get hold of you. It's ways to fight those demons, man. We just have to quit making excuses and do it. We have to do it, man. You understand? Because the Lord requires us to be perfect. The Lord requires the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, obey, and come together as a nation, man. You understand? And with that, that's my time. Clap it up. All right. All right. Security announcements. All right, here we go. Icpk security announcements. We're the Icpk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21, Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, my Asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocations. Of course, we got the Lord's 53rd annual Passover, April 15th, 2022 this year at Cocoa Beach, Florida. You understand? For any I don't know. I know they they may have put it the new hotels because I know the one was booked. But any information that you need about the hotels and reservations and the yacht party and the children's party, all that is on Facebook. So just keep checking on Facebook. Get with your camp leaders. You understand? Get with just keep looking out on Facebook and get with your camp leaders to stay updated in case any changes. And you might want to start booking your rooms if you haven't already. Get your plane tickets, book your rooms. You understand? Make sure that you're getting everything because it's gonna be a glorious event, man. And I'm anxious to see, and just to get there, man. So just try to be prepared. Start putting your money up, saving, getting your plane tickets, and reserving your Airbnbs, and getting your hotels, and getting your rental cars, and making sure making sure you tawab. You understand? So yeah, the Lord's Passover, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 301 Tucker Lane. You understand? Okay, remind Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or war scarf. All right, Salakia. And with that, that's it.